Hi, I'm Steve Sosebee, the Executive Director and one of the co-founders of HEAL Palestine. The last year and a half of our existence as a nonprofit organization has been to build one of the most effective and transparent organizations on the ground in Palestine, particularly focusing on Gaza, to help alleviate some of the wounds and suffering that we're watching every single day during this horrific genocide. And we want to thank all of you for helping us to build one of the most impactful and one of the largest nonprofit organizations working on the ground in Palestine. And we want to share with you some of the accomplishments during the first quarter of 2025 as we do all we can to help respond to this nightmarish conditions that exist on the ground in Gaza. 100 children are being killed and injured every single day in Gaza. The education system is shut down. The infrastructure has been completely destroyed. People are living now on one meal a day, and it's just beyond the scope of humanity to witness this and know that the whole world is watching and very few people are doing anything. We're doing something, and that's thanks to you. And we're going to keep working, and we're not going to give up our responsibility to the people there, particularly the innocent children. With that being said, we have done a lot in the first quarter of 2025. We opened our first medical and trauma clinic in North Gaza, which serves a population of around 60,000 people, most of them displaced, refugees inside of Gaza. And this is in addition to our field hospital in southern Gaza, the Kuwaiti Field Hospital, which was bombed a few weeks ago, killing one of the guards. God rest his soul. So we've opened a brand new medical trauma clinic in northern Gaza, which during the first 2 weeks has served over 1,400 patients and has become one of the main medical points in northern Gaza. And of course, our field hospital in southern Gaza, the Kuwaiti Specialist HEAL Palestine Field Hospital, is one of the last operational hospitals in Gaza, providing surgical support and a safe place for women to give birth and other types of primary care, which is otherwise not available. The health system in Gaza has been nearly completely destroyed. So we're on the ground providing urgent, important health services to people from the north to the south. In addition, we have a very robust mental health program in Gaza, and we've just expanded and built a new clinic in northern Gaza, Gaza City, to provide patients a safe place for therapy, counseling, and other support, although obviously, as you can imagine, this is a huge challenge given the ongoing trauma that people are experiencing. One of our biggest programs, and one which you probably all see and follow very closely, is our Global Healing Program, which is the bringing injured children here for free medical care. And we're the main organization now doing that on a regular basis. We've brought nearly 50 children to the United States in our short time of existence. And in the first quarter of 2025, we brought 15 more kids. And I want to thank all of you in your various communities from Sacramento, San Francisco, Houston, Dallas, Chicago, St. Louis, Cleveland, Detroit, New Jersey, New York, Washington, Kentucky, Florida, Atlanta. We have kids being treated everywhere, and Columbus, Ohio. Sorry, I'm forgetting some of these locations, but it's thanks to our communities that have taken care of these kids in a very holistic manner that we're able to get these children out. And in the first quarter, to bring 15 more children during the ceasefire, and has been a huge accomplishment. So we're very proud of that, but we know that this is just a drop in the ocean. In addition, in our health pillar, we've also been sending medical teams over. In the first quarter, we did 2 really impactful training programs in neonatal intensive care, and also a medical team doing pediatric trauma resuscitation training for first responders to save the lives of babies who are suffering from trauma and need to have resuscitation. Our second pillar, of course, in HEAL, HEAL stands for Health, Education, Aid, and Leadership, is the education pillar. We've been building a brand new school in Gaza. Obviously, that's been affected by the recent breakdown, the resumption of the genocide on a larger scale than before. But we are still within the Islam Hijazi Learning Center. We are supporting displaced Gazans, refugee Gazans in Egypt at the Montessori program. We have a very significant education component to our Global Healing Program. The kids that we bring for treatment go to school, they get tutoring, they get online courses. So we're very proud that we include that in their program of treatment, as well as mental health care that they get as well. And we're also supporting students in Egypt from Gaza who are going to be taking their Tawjihi exam soon. So that's very important for them as well to have that kind of tutoring and support, given that they're not in school. We're planning on a much bigger impact in education as we're able to grow, and we're finalizing our education advisory board who will help guide us in ensuring that the programs that we implement and support are being run in the best possible manner. In addition, we have a health advisory board for our health pillar. We have a mental health advisory board. We're guided by professionals who help us to do a better job, experts in their field. Aid is probably the most important area of work outside of health that we're providing right now because of the ongoing impact that the closure of the Gaza borders, as you know, we're in now over 5 weeks of no aid entering Gaza at all since the breakdown of the so-called ceasefire. So in the first quarter, we distribute nearly 1 million food parcels to people in Gaza. We also have a kitchen there in Gaza City that has provided over 150,000 hot meals during the first quarter of 2025. We also have been supporting the displaced. There's over 40,000 displaced people from Jenin and Tulkarm refugee camps that we've been providing food and other basic humanitarian supplies for, knowing that they're also suffering and enduring an extreme hardship as well. And our goal is to just build an organization that is responsive in so many different ways. You've seen it in health, you've seen it in education, you've seen it in humanitarian aid. We're building a leadership component, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep working, and we can only do that as a grassroots organization with your support. So that's the work we've been doing in the first quarter. We're happy to share this in written form. I have a report that I can forward to anybody who's interested. Just shoot us a message through info@healpalestine.org, and thank you all for making this work possible.